Dame Dash has responded to Shannon Sharpe and Steve Stoute. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So, if you didn't know, I'll give you a quick recap. Steve Stoute was interviewed by Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay. And inevitably, Dame Dash was brought up. We all know Dame Dash went upside Steve Stoute's head once upon a time. Some people will call that an assault, which it is. Let's just keep it real. But Shannon Sharpe was asking about Dame Dash, and Steve Stoute, as much as he gave a little bit of compliments, he also gave a little bit of a dig at Dame, saying that Dame's a smart guy, brilliant guy, but also has really bad personality traits. That was the main reason for his decline. People just couldn't work with him.
He's a gigantic, almost not. He blew it. He had Jay-Z, he had the most important artist of a generation.
So what happened with that relationship? How did that relationship that was so good sour so fast?
Dame's antics were just, it became like people also over time, you mature. Right. It's like you didn't have friends at 16, but by the time you turned 19, they were still doing the same shit that you was 16, and you're like, I can't. Like, we gotta, you know, you start spending less and less time with them because of it. It's like one of those things where Dame wouldn't change. The way he spoke to people, the way he treated people. He was angry. He was angry because he had a strong perspective about his business philosophy, and if any time a partner of theirs tried to like go around him or meanwhile people weren't going around him, the people around him wanted to meet with other people.
Right.
People were becoming less beholden to him, but he was unaware of it. Then he would like, you know, while he was building businesses, which partly he would go off all around the world with cameras and girls and all kinds of crazy shit, and then come back flipping out on everybody as if, you know,
they were wrong.
Yeah. Or like, why'd you guys do all this shit without me? Like, bro, you didn't build a business that was so operationally tight that you could just go away and come back and shit be the same and all that shit. It wasn't even like that. Jay grew up, you know, Jay wanted more. I think Jay seen Dame's ceiling. I mean, I think that's really what it was. I mean, Jay seen Dame's ceiling.
You can't fault a man for wanting to get better.
Nah, he wanted more, and everybody wanted more. Dame just had a very particular way of approaching it. He's far from stupid.
Right.
Very smart.
Right.
Very talented. Ego through the roof. So there was no working with him.
Right.
No one wanted to work with him. There was no work. As much talent as he has, nobody wanted to work with him.
People got to want to work with him.
Jimmy Iovine had this line, when the shit gets bigger than the cat, you got to get rid of the cat.
Right.
After that interview came out, Dame Dash actually responded online, and he basically just reminded us that that's why he went upside Steve Stoute's head. Bit of an immature response, Dame, I ain't gonna lie. But he said, this is the reason I had to smack the ish out of Steve Stoute a couple years ago, because he's always speaking on other men's business. Good thing I've evolved. Stay tuned, #culture vulture. Damn, gave him the CV word. But Dame wasn't done there. He went on his own platform and responded to Shannon Sharpe and Steve Stoute. Anyway, people, I got the audio for you right here. Check out the clip.
Up in that conversation, I didn't understand. And Shannon Sharpe interviewed me, and he owes me, because the condition of our interview, because he's not like he paid me, was that he has to give me an interview. So I was surprised that Shannon didn't call me, at least to get on and talk. You know, I feel like I was one of the first on him that did over 1 million that went viral.
Yeah.
You know, that's the one with the pink shirt. But I don't think Shannon liked the way that interview went. You know what I mean? I just thought he was asking me certain silly questions, so I was giving him the answers. I'm not a gossipy guy, no disrespect to Shannon, but it does seem like he's leaning a little more toward gossip in this point. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you read the comments, they be like, yo, like, you know, he's like the new Wendy Williams. Like, he's too strong to be Wendy Williams. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It just came out the clear blue.
But it's all good, I think.
Start wanting to speak about you.
Why? So, you know, it's funny because my man Sharon Barber, right, I guess was making some leather goods for him. And he was looking for his leather goods from Sharon, so he called him and he picked up, and I'm like, yo, what up? And he was acting like I wasn't there. I'm like, yo, why you acting like that? He's like, because you don't know how to give an interview. I'm like, you serious? Like, I felt like, I don't know if he was serious or not, but I think he was mad at the way that interview went, you know, but I didn't edit the shit. I didn't edit that interview. So Shannon, I believe that as a gentleman, you need, like you said you were going to do, you owe me an interview. And, you know, if you're going to bring my name up and all, at least holler at me so I could somewhat give my side of the story. But I'm not understanding why y'all bringing me up at all. Steve, leave me the alone, right? And, you know, get over the fact that I smacked the shit out of you. Get over the fact that my girl or the girls I was with well in your face.
Yeah, fam. He had it for Steve Stoute. You see how his voice changed when he was talking about Steve Stoute in comparison to when he was talking about Shannon Sharpe. You could tell he threw shade at Shannon Sharpe, calling him that Wendy Williams thing. But at the same time, you could tell it wasn't like, he still had that open invitation to actually sit down with Shannon Sharpe in the future. Obviously, Shannon Sharpe is a big guy now, so that's money if you sit down with him. You could tell Dame's really got some real venom still for Steve Stoute. And I get it, Steve Stoute, he does come off a bit slimy, a bit sneaky. You know, apparently back in the day, he was cool with Nas and cool with Jay-Z, so he was like playing both sides of the fence. And apparently, word on the street, but you never heard it from me, that he got the lawyer for you know, when Jay-Z allegedly assaulted Riviera, apparently Steve Stoute got the lawyer for but Steve Stoute was meant to be cool with Rockefeller. You know what I mean? You know, do your research on that. That's real sneaky. Anyway, people, that was Dame Dash response to the whole Steve Stoute Shannon Sharpe interview. Let me know what you thought about Dame's response. Even Steve Stoute, what he said. What do you think about that as well? Do you think Shannon Sharpe's going to reply to Dame? And would you be interested in even watching a sit down between Shannon Sharpe and Dame Dash? Let me know in the comments, y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.
Up in that conversation, I didn't understand. And Shannon Sharpe interviewed me, and he owes me, because the condition of our interview, because he's not like he paid me, was that he has to give me an interview. So I was surprised that Shannon didn't call me, at least to get on and talk. You know, I feel like I was one of the first on him that did over $1 million that went viral.
Yeah.
You know, that's the one with the pink shirt. But I don't think Shannon liked the way that interview went. You know what I mean? I just thought he was asking me certain silly questions, so I was giving him the answers.